Hello, I'm Kelly, continuing education instructor at the College of DuPage. Today I'm going to lead us through a 20-minute yoga routine. Even if you've never done yoga before, this routine will suit you. Let's begin by relaxing our bodies as we take slow, deep breaths. Letting relaxation first come into our heads, letting it trickle down our neck and shoulders. Feeling that our arms hang more loosely. Letting the relaxation further go down our chests, our backs, and our whole torsos into our hips. And finally allowing our legs and our feet to relax. Letting the relaxation radiate from our tops of our heads down to our feet. Let's move with our breaths to begin to warm our bodies. As we inhale, let's raise our arms overhead to extended mountains into chair pose as we exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting the movement be bigger. Alright, let's begin to open the front of our hips more. We're going to add a lunge back with our right leg here as we inhale. Then we're going to step back to chair pose, rise up to extended mountain, and continue with our right leg. So exhale, chair, inhale, right leg back to a lunge, arms open, chair, inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Okay, let's flow one more time all the way through. And now just flowing halfway through until our right legs are back. Keeping our legs in this lunge position. As we place our arms and torsos in different positions. First, bringing our hands to our heart, keeping them there. Unless you're comfortable reaching your hands overhead into an extended lunge. Left feet are stable on the ground, and you feel a big opening in the right sides of your hips. All right, one more breath in the extended lunge before we turn open to a rotated lunge. You can begin by bringing your hands to your heart. We'll rotate to the left. And then you can keep your hands at your heart or reach them out. Right hand will reach towards me, left hand will reach away from me. And you can look out over your left shoulder. Still having our legs in the lunge position. All right, one more breath in the rotated lunge, and then we'll find warrior two. Bringing our hands to our heart, turning our right legs open. And now we'll line up our legs on a balance beam. You can reach your left hand now towards me, right hand away from me. Gazing out over our left fingers. All right, one final breath in warrior two. You'll relax your arms, turn, pivot, and step our right legs forward, with our feet back in mountain, again flowing as we inhale to extended mountain, to chair pose as we exhale. As we did with our right leg, the next time through we'll lunge back with our left leg as we inhale. Then step to chair as we exhale. Reach our arms overhead as we inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale, left leg lunges back. Exhale, chair. Inhale, reaching our arms overhead. All right, let's continue to flow with our breath. Now we'll open the front of the left sides of our hips. flowing at your own pace. You can be slower or faster than me. And let's flow through one last time, all the way through. Alright, this time we'll hold our left legs back, planting our feet in this position, legs rooted in the lunge, hands go to the heart where they'll stay unless you want to reach them to the sky. Breathing in our extended lunge, we open the front of the left sides of our hips. Alright, one more deep breath, then we'll open to a rotated lunge. Hands start at our heart. We turn our shoulders, keeping our hips where they are. Once we're rotated, keeping your hands at the heart unless you want to reach them out. This time, left hand to me, right hand away from me. Okay, one last breath. Exhaling, arms together. Warrior two. Lining our feet up on the balance beam, you'll notice I'm hiding my left feet from you. And if you look down, you can see the inside of your right ankle. Reaching to each other in Warrior two. Alright, one last deep breath in Warrior two. We're gonna come back towards each other. Arms relaxed. Left feet pivot and step. And this time in mountain, we are going to bring our feet together and flow differently. We'll reach our arms overhead. We're going to lean to the left to find a lateral flexion. And then as we exhale, we'll sit to chair. Knees stay together as we rotate in chair to the left. Inhaling arms overhead, again leaning to the left. Exhale, sitting into chair, rotating to the left. And as we flow, we notice that our knees stay together, even as we rotate to the left, to assure that we don't over-rotate our spine. Okay, one last breath here. And then we're going to do the same thing, but now to the right. Inhaling, reaching our arms overhead, leaning to the right. Exhale, sitting to the chair, rotating to the right. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, sitting in the chair. Again, remembering when we sit in the chair that our knees should stay together, ensuring that we don't over-rotate. And now let's enjoy the increased flexibility in our spine as we breathe and flow. Okay, one last breath. Now with that increased mobility in our spine, we'll come first to mountain. And then you can bring your right feet back. We'll find Warrior two with our left feet forwards. So if you look down, you can see the inside of your left legs. You see that your feet are lined up. Now let's reach our arms out to each other. Okay, let's get, again, more flexibility in our spines. Let's keep our legs in Warrior two and find Reverse Warrior by first turning our left palms to the sky, and then reaching them up overhead, feeling that same opening in the left sides of our spine that we did in the lateral flexion. Okay, one last breath in Reverse Warrior. Returning to Warrior two, and then widening our legs once our arms are relaxed back in the lunge. Let's plant our legs, and then we'll find a rotated lunge. Differently this time, let's bring our hands to our heart, We'll fold over our left legs and then rotate like we did in chair pose, bringing our right elbows towards our left thighs. If they're within reach, you can continue to rotate, bringing your right elbow to touch your left thigh. If not, just keeping them apart. There's a lot of instability in our feet in this pose, so let's continue to ground our feet. Alright, one last breath in our rotated lunge. Let's unwind to face back to each other, and then we'll step forward to each other in our right feet, planting them. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up and back, and finding standing camel pose. Placing our palms on our lower backs, hiding our arms behind each other, and raising our hearts to the sky. Big opening in the front of our bodies. Alright, last breath in standing camel, and then we'll find forward fold. With our hands first coming to our thighs, let's then fold at our hips, coming forwards, and you can walk your hands down your legs as far as you're comfortable. Alright, one last breath in a forward fold. Then with bent knees, let's slowly walk our hands up our legs, and you can bring your left leg back this time. And then spine, warrior two. We'll breathe in warrior two first for a few breaths. We'll root our legs, and now find that same side flexion for the right sides of our bodies. Palms to the sky, reach up overhead, reverse warrior, to open the right sides of our bodies. One more deep breath, reverse warrior, and then exhaling to warrior two. Let's relax our arms, widen our feet to a lunge, so we then can find a rotated lunge. Hands to our sternum. Let's bow at our hips, so you can look down at your right toes, and we'll begin to rotate to the right. Left elbow works towards the right thighs, bringing them together if you'd like, or keeping them apart with me. Alright, one last breath in the rotated lunge. And then we'll come back facing each other. We'll step our left feet forwards, planting them in mountain pose. We'll go through one more round of poses. First, we'll flow with our feet in mountain. We'll inhale and reach our arms to the sky. Exhaling, hinging at our hips to a forward fold. Then we'll lift with our legs, halfway up, monkey pose. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, lifting with our legs to extended mountain. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, monkey or half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Lifting with our legs to extended mountain. Exhaling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Flowing two more times. Let's go through a series of poses to open the front and backs of our legs and to balance. Left feet will stay where they are. Let's bring our right feet back to a lunge. Right heel is now lifted off the ground. Let's bring our hands back behind us. With a strong bend in our left knee, let's continue to raise our hearts to the sky so we can bend the front of the right sides of our hips. Okay, one last breath in this lunge pose. Then we're going to step slightly forward with our right feet just until our right heels are flat on the ground. With our left knee straight now, let's hinge forward to pyramid pose. From our hips, we'll walk our hands down our legs. We're going to stop as soon as we feel a big opening in the backs of our left legs. Slight bend in our left knees. Alright, one last breath in pyramid pose. Then with a strong bend in our left knees, let's lift our torsos and start the first of our two balance poses. We'll stand on our left legs. We'll raise our right knee forwards. You can have your toes slightly on the ground. We'll raise the knee up towards your hip. Balancing knee to head. You can place your arms where you'd like. You can let them hang softly to the ground or bring them anywhere from reaching to the ground to up to the sky. Pulling them out to the side if it positively aids your balance. Alright, one more breath and balancing knee to head, and then we'll transition to our second balance pose for Warrior 3. Arms can relax first. We'll bring our right feet behind us. If you'd like, you're welcome to bring the right toes on the ground or float them up. And however high the right leg floats up behind us, we can bow our torsos forward. Reaching the arms out where you feel most comfortable and taking slow, deep breaths. Alright, one last breath in Warrior 3. And we will slowly return to mountain pose. You can relax the left foot. Alright, let's go through the same 4 poses on the other side. Knees softly bent, left feet will go back behind us for the lunge. Let's plant the feet hip width apart, reaching our hands back behind us, and creating space between each of our vertebrae. In our lunge, we feel a big opening in the left sides of our hips. One last breath in our lunge, then we will prepare for pyramid pose by taking a small step forward with our left feet so the heels are on the ground, straightening our right knee until there's just a soft bend in it, and then hinging at our hips as we walk our hands down our legs, stopping once the back of our right legs feel a strong lengthening in them. One more breath in pyramid pose. And a strong bend into our right knees as we stand, finding balancing knee to head, bringing our left feet forwards, toes on the ground if you'd like, or reaching the knee up to the hip height. Let's reach our arms where we're most comfortable and take slow, deep breaths. Alright, staying strong, another breath, and then coming to Warrior 3. Left feet come behind us, remember the ground's there, or if and when you want to put your left toes on it, and however high our left feet raise, we lower our heads, and then reach out our arms where we're most comfortable. Doing our best to keep our right feet rooted as we breathe. Alright, last slow deep breath. We'll return to mountain pose. You can relax your right feet as you need to. Alright, let's conclude our practice with some slow deep breaths. If you want to find a final relaxation position that's different from standing, feel free. breathe into our fingers, our toes, and then into our hearts. Whatever position you're in, just breathe as we wiggle our fingers. And then we'll breathe in as we make a fist with our hands. Let's tense and tighten our arms and hold it tight for 3, 2, 1. We'll exhale and release the tension from our arms and wiggle our fingers. Do the same tension release with our toes. Breathing now as we gently move our toes. Now let's tighten our toes. As we inhale, we curl them under. Hold the muscles in our feet tight for 3, 2, 1. And as we exhale, we release the tension in our toes and we wiggle them. Now with our eyes open or closed, let's breathe into our hearts. Every time we inhale, we fill our hearts with joy and calmness. Let's fill our hearts for 3 more deep breaths. Thank you for joining me today for this yoga routine. My name is Kelly with the Continuing Education Department at the College of DuPage.